Hello and welcome back to the Movie Attic. I'm Mike, and as I've said before, this is the attic where I discuss and review movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks for all the nice people out there in YouTube land. Today's big movie is the Terrornauts. But before I jump into that, I thought since this was a Vinegar Syndrome release, I'd just go over the Vinegar Syndrome releases I've gotten so far this year, because it's only 2 months in, and I've only got 2 releases. So I got Terrornauts in January, and February's release was Nova Seed, which this isn't Vinegar Syndrome itself, it's actually one of their partner labels. So those are the only two Vinegar Syndrome releases I got for this year so far. So let's jump into the big one that I'm actually reviewing this episode. Terrornauts. If you know anything about me, and I'm sure you don't, I like to get these limited slipcovers that they come with when they first, the pre-orders. I don't know how well that's seeable. It comes with a Blu-ray disc. This is reversible cover art, but it's the exact same as this, so I like to mix them up. And always being the consummate professional, I went out and got some paper. If you watched the last episode, and like I always say, I don't know why you would, I didn't have any paper, so I was kind of limited on the information I was giving out. So I got a pile of information this time. If you know anything about Vinegar Syndrome, they have their new pre-orders up the first of every month. So I usually go on their website and check out and see what I might be interested in. And this title kind of jumped out at me. Luckily, nobody was hurt. But it is, if you know Vinegar Syndrome, also they have like different categories of releases. And this one is the Vinegar Syndrome Labs release. It's from 1967, 77 minutes. Aspect ratio 1:85 to 1, in mono, in color. It's a British B movie. It's restored in 4K from its long lost original 35mm camera negative. It's directed by Montgomery Tolley, starring Simon Oates, Zena Marshall, Charles Hoptree, Patricia Hayes, and Stanley Meadows. So there you go. That might be the most technical information that I've given out in any episode so far. Like I say, it's only 77 minutes long, but it felt like, a normal length movie. And supposedly the longest version ever available on home video. So between that and they always get me with the, that they found the long lost negative. So, it's like, oh, I gotta get that. I mean, this could be something big. Plus, I like sci-fi B movies. So this was the only one in that month. There was a couple other ones I was on the fence about, but this was the only one I picked up. Basically, the story is you have these scientists, and they're part of this group that's looking for signals from outer space, basically. And then, so I think it's 4 years they hadn't found anything, so they were going to get taken off their project was going to get canceled within a few weeks if they didn't find anything. So lo and behold, what do you know? They found something. Uh, so then they get some parts so they can send a signal back to this signal they're receiving. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but basically they get taken into space, and then they, in a roundabout way, end up saving the Earth. Of course, the story's more complicated than I'm making it, but I hate to ruin such a great B movie for all those who love this stuff. Of course, I like this kind of thing, so, obviously, if you don't like B movies, or, I don't want to say, to me, this was an upper tier B movie. The acting was good in it. I liked all the characters in it. The big downfall for this, I think, is the special effects are kind of cheesy, which I like cheesy special effects. And then the story itself seemed like maybe whoever wrote it or the screenplay was just had a few holes in it that this could have been a really good movie, especially if you upgrade the special effects. I don't know if anybody can see while I'm talking here, because I took some screenshots. This robot that's, I guess it's on an asteroid. They get taken to an asteroid. So there's a base, I guess it's a base, on this asteroid where they immediately meet up with this robot. And if you can see this robot, which, like I say, I'm trying something new here, trying to up the game a bit. I took some pictures of it, screenshots. I could have made this robot. In fact, I could have made a lot better robot. It looks like it has like vents on it that you would find in like a normal house and stuff like that. But aside from that, there's a creature in this movie, and if you watch the trailer, which the trailer's on YouTube, it's also on the Vinegar Syndrome website. The trailer kind of makes you believe like this monster, which, if you can see this monster, like I say, I don't know if this is all working or not. If it is, then you get a break from looking at my face. But this monster, I could have made a better monster suit. In fact, probably the only worst monster suit I've ever seen was the one that's in this movie, Sting of Death, which basically is just a guy in a wetsuit with streamers hanging off of him. So I've seen a lot worse, but again, I could have made a better monster costume than this, with stuff just around the house. The spaceship doesn't look bad, but it's kind of a, it looks fake, obviously. And if you can see it, like I say, I'm trying something new here. I took some screenshots. It's okay. I've seen a lot worse. But like I say, it's a B movie, but I think it's an upper tier B movie. I liked it. I found it very enjoyable. Like I say, the characters were very well acted, I thought, and when you invest in these characters, it doesn't matter about the special effects and stuff like that. There was something I did find very, very funny, and this main guy, the guy that's heading this project to, listen to signals in space, he had a dream when he was a kid. And he was on this different planet with 2 moons. And not to spoil anything, but this crew ends up on that planet eventually. So you have the two moons in the sky, a volcano, I think it's a volcano. It's erupting in the background. So, and I don't know who's in charge of the logistics of these things. So the smoke from the volcano is billowing in behind the two moons. Which, of course, if you think about it, and I caught this right away, maybe other people didn't, that insinuates that the moons are closer to this planet than the volcano is. So I thought that was pretty hilarious. And then the ending's kind of amusing, and it has a reasonably good ending. And there's a couple characters in there that are kind of like the comic relief. So yeah, I thought it bounced along nicely. I didn't think it really dragged anywhere. So I think it's time to rate this movie. So I would, boy, it's a toughie. It's, I always, for some reason, I always give these ranges like 6, between 6 and whatever. I'll probably go with 6.5 rolls of pink insulation out of 10. Like I say, I liked it. I like cheesy, sci-fi stuff. I get into all that Japanese, like the Mysterians and all that kind of stuff, and Godzilla, of course. And of course, I have some kind of cheesier movies there behind me. So, if you have this version or you've seen this movie, leave a comment down in the comments section and tell me what you thought of it. Or if you've seen some really bad monster suits, like in this movie, let me know about it. Maybe I'll get that movie too. So, until next time when I have a completely different movie here in the attic, thanks so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you soon. Bye.